So I just got done watching episode 1 of Go Go Loser Ranger, aka Ranger Reject. So the series is called Go Go Loser Ranger in English, but in Japan is called Ranger Reject. The Japanese name is called Sentai Daishiki. I probably butchered that name. But when they brought it over to English-speaking audiences, they decided to call it Go Go Loser Ranger. Why? Well, probably because the name sounds like Go-Go Power Rangers, and that probably was more marketable than calling it Reject Ranger, because if you've got casual audiences in a bookstore, if they still exist, and they see the name Go-Go Loser Ranger on the shelf, they probably think, hey, that sounds like Go-Go Power Rangers. What's this about? Is it a parody? Is it a serious series? Well, they probably pick it up and they probably get invested into the series. And I can understand why they changed the name. And the name change has been polarizing within the fandom. Some people hate it, some people like it, and some people just don't care. But like I said, I can understand why they did it. So I'll probably be calling this series Go Go Loser Ranger, but probably in the tags and in the video description I'll call it Ranger Reject to hit all those algorithms. So episode 1. Now before I talk about the anime, I want to talk about my experience with Go Go Loser Ranger or Ranger Reject. So I stumbled across this series over a year ago because I found out about the anime adaptation it was getting, and I asked people. I explained this in my first video where I talked about where I read the first 2 volumes. Well, like I said, I stumbled across the teaser trailer before the anime even came out, like about a year ago, and I watched that first teaser trailer and I asked on Twitter saying, hey, is this series any good? I will check out the manga because I've seen it on Amazon. And a lot of people recommended for me to check it out. Now, with manga series, I'm very finicky these days when it comes to checking out new series. I'm very old school when it comes to my manga. I like my Shonen Jump series, like my Dragon Ball, my Naruto, my Bleach, my Yu-Gi-Oh!, my Hunter x Hunter, my Yu Yu Hakusho. And then I love my seinen stuff like Berserk and Gantz and stuff like that. And then I'll read a couple of other comedies here and there, like, I don't know, like Spy Family, or I think Nisekoi was one of them. Was that a comedy or romance comedy? So I've dabbled in a couple of different manga series over the past, like, decade or 2 while I've been a bit of an anime fan. But I was very optimistic and cautious about going into Ranger Reject because, like I said, there's only like 2 series that I've picked up that are new recently. 2 or 3, I want to say, that are new recently, and I think that's Chainsaw Man, Kaiju number 8, and Ranger Reject. They're like the only last 3 series that I picked up that are like new, if you can call them that. Other stuff, I don't think I've watched the newer anime, because I mostly stick to the classics that I know about. Well, Spy Family's new, I guess that counts. But yeah, I read the first 2 volumes, and I fell in love with the series. I made a video talking about it on the channel where I thought, hey, I'll cover this series on the channel, and then I stopped covering it because I fell behind reading the manga, because I stopped at like maybe volume 3. I've got volume 4 on my Kindle, but I need to catch up. It's on there. I'll definitely need to catch up because I think like 9 volumes are out now, so I'm like very behind on the series. My goal was to catch up with whatever was out in English and then just like read all the scans and catch up with the series, because I think like 120 chapters are out for this series from what I know of, probably more than that. But I definitely want to catch up on Ranger Reject and definitely keep reading it later down the line. If I don't catch up on it, I don't catch up on it, but it's one of those series that I mostly follow with the English release. But the anime adaptation is out now. You can watch it on Disney Plus or Hulu, or if you're a true anime fan, you'd watch it on Kiss Anime or a dodgy website full of malware and viruses, because you can't watch anime on YouTube like the old days where it'd be divided into 3 parts and part 2 would always be missing. Those days are sadly over. But the anime's out there if you want to check it out, regardless of your method of how you watch anime. But I don't know how many episodes this is going to be. I assume it's going to be 13 episodes unless they're going to divide it into cores, which would bring it to 25 episodes for this season. I don't think they've announced how many episodes it's going to be as of the time by the time I'm recording this video. I could be wrong. I assume it's going to be 13 episodes and then they'll announce a season 2 or not later down the line if it's going to get one. We'll have to find out. But the anime studio working on this, Yoestar Pictures, I have never heard of them before. They don't even have a Wikipedia bio, and that was kind of concerning when I was looking them up. But looking at their credits on Anime News Network and My Anime List, they've done a lot of background stuff for actual shows that I've watched, like Attack on Titan and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and a bunch of other series. But the other stuff they've worked on, their main studio stuff, well, I don't think I'd be caught watching that stuff, and I don't think it's up my alley. So yeah, what they've worked on isn't really my genre. But looking at the first episode, it seemed pretty solid. The CG looked a little bit wonky in some scenes, but that's anime CGI for you. It's not always going to be perfect from time to time, but from what I watched, the fight scenes were really good. I really enjoyed them. The character models looked alright. I'm not a Sakuga freak, like I'm not an animation freak, but if it doesn't look like Dragon Ball Super Episode 5 or that one fight between Naruto and Pain, then I guess it's good enough for me. Now, this episode 1 of Go-Go Loser Ranger was told very interestingly because they changed a couple of things around as they told them in the manga, because in the manga, it starts off with the basic lore of what Sunday Showdown is between the Dragon Keepers and the Evil Army, and it has the Evil Army discussing what monster of the week they're going to use to fight the Dragon Keepers, and then it jumps right into the fight. In this episode, it sort of establishes the arena and the people who admire the Dragon Keepers and sort of like the publicity they have and the products they have, sort of like a big wrestling arena, which was really cool because WrestleMania 40 was on this weekend, so I was definitely getting those vibes watching this episode, how the Dragon Keepers are treated as celebrities. But it mostly focused on the fight, and then halfway through the episode it jumped to the Evil Army sort of trying to figure out a plan of what they're going to do for their monster of the week, which would be a tiger monster. Now, I don't think there's any credits out for episode 1, but I do wonder if they got a bunch of Sentai actors or a bunch of Toku actors to voice the evil armies that were the grunts, because there was a lot of them in this week's episode that just had a couple of lines here and there. So I do wonder if they got anyone like famous from Toku to sort of do some lines for those characters, because if they did, that'd be really freaking cool. That'd be a nice little cameo. If I'm right or if I'm wrong, please correct me down below, because there was no like voice credits when I watched this online, so I don't know who voiced who, apart from like the main cast that has been announced. So they did change some things up around already within this first episode, because they wanted to keep sort of, I guess, like the mystery behind why they fight the evil army every Sunday, and they're going to sort of like build up towards Foot Soldier D's plan and why he wants to join the academy and stuff like that. So they're going to build up towards that. So they're sort of like setting the stage that the Dragon Keepers fight these bad guys every Sunday, and one guy's had enough and he's going to sort of like become a hero, and then I guess it's going to establish that he's going to join the academy to sort of get inside there, and we'll go from there. I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but if you know, you know. But yeah, they did change a couple of things around, which was really interesting for storytelling, but I can understand why they did it. They wanted to focus on the action first, and then sort of set up the mystery of why D got tired of joining, sort of doing this every week. So they're probably definitely going to lean into that more next week, because they do have all the characters that they set up that we'll see as main players later down the line. But overall, I enjoyed this first episode of Go-Go Loser Ranger. I don't know if I'll review every episode every week on the channel, because anime stuff doesn't always do the best on this channel, because it's mostly Power Rangers related and Power Ranger comics related. But we'll see what happens. So if this video does well, I'll definitely keep talking about Go-Go Loser Ranger on the channel, and maybe throw in a couple of reactions. You never know, you never know. But overall, what did you guys think of episode 1 of Go-Go Loser Ranger? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm out of here. Peace out, take care, bye.